free, and enjoy more of what the world has to offer in this action one, because this is where most human beings screw the pooch.
So a little one-person trampoline, very,
If I screen shared it, like there's no excuse. Like phone numbers are just out there. You just got to pick up the phone, smile, and dial. So. Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk Terror Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the absolute best entrepreneur you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. Good morning. We are back here live. It is Wednesday, hump day of this week. I hope everyone's having an incredible morning. We're getting up, we're getting loose, getting out of bed, getting out off those onto the work clothes, kind of getting ready for the day, getting situated. And we have a special episode for episode 300. It is 300, episode 300 of the Talk Terror Morning Show. And we have one of the best exercises yet. And what we're going to go ahead and do today is I'm going to write myself a letter. This is an incredible exercise. This is actually an exercise that Lincoln did a lot when he was communicating with other officials, other politicians, big business owners, people who were really influential at that point in the 19th century while he was working on Juneteenth, right? Celebrating the freeing of slaves, Emancipation Proclamation, the celebration of that, Juneteenth. So shout out to Lincoln. I figured it would make a lot of sense to re-reference homie, greatest president in history, in my opinion, Abraham Lincoln. I fumbled my pen. Okay, so the exercise that Lincoln would do is he would, and I got this out of the book. It's called Team of Rivals by Doris Goodwin. Absolutely incredible book. Best book I've ever read on Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, today. Highly recommend. Team of Rivals, Doris Goodwin. Incredible book. It's like 700 pages. It's a banger, but it's really good if you like history. Anyway, so Abraham Lincoln used to write people letters a lot, and he wouldn't send them. I'm sure you've maybe heard of this before. Maybe you've heard something from maybe one of your teachers a long time ago, maybe one of your parents, or maybe on a YouTube video for healthy psychology, wherever you found out about it. This stuff actually works really well. I've been doing this a couple times. I did this for some, like more so on the trauma side of work when I was trying to heal a relationship with my dad. I wrote him a letter, and an angry letter, a sadness letter, and then a letter just kind of for me. I've wrote letters, a couple letters that I didn't send. And again, these letters are not for you to send to these people. These letters are not for these people. These letters are for you to reference, for you to feel better, for you to feel more confident, to reduce stress, worry, sadness, a lot of those negative emotions. It can be very helpful to write a letter. And say with Lincoln's situation, one of the times the guy who Solomon Chase, he was running like the finance department. So when you think of U.S. bonds being sold, he was one of the catalysts to kind of get that going, to get outside capital into the country, to fuel for the wars that we had going on, a civil war we had going on. Interesting to learn about that. But he was doing some things he didn't like and yada, yada. So he's writing him a letter saying, you need to be doing this different. I don't like how you're handling this. And Lincoln was very subtle and very eloquent with his writing. So his trash talk was pretty weak. But even then, he wouldn't stir up something. So it's really easy to stir up other people's emotions when your emotions are stirred up, right? So he was stirred up at the time. Things were going wrong. McClellan, he was his military general, wasn't doing shit with a massive army. And there was a lot of things that we could have done in the North to really make it move faster and save a lot of people's lives from dying in the Civil War. And Lincoln was really frustrated with a bunch of different things. And I think there's maybe the straw that broke the camel's back when he got in an argument about certain positioning and spending with financial stuff. So he's writing this letter, right? And he's getting all of everything off of his chest. He's just getting it out and into the air. He's getting it out into the universe in some form. And I think there's a lot to be said about this, to be just getting things off of our chest. This is why therapy works so well. And that's, you see these big craze in all these journals. People are journaling. And I think this is just kind of, it's the same thing, but it's a little more specialized. And the one I'm going to be writing today, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a Word document. I'm going to write myself a letter. I want this focus to be on saying, I am sorry to myself. So the main focus for this letter today, because you can write letters about anything, and I highly encourage everyone to write in some degree. I think it's really good for your brain. I think it's really good for your spiritual health and a whole bunch of different things. So we're going to write, we're going to write myself a letter, something along the lines of, okay, I have here, I can go back and forth. That's perfect. All right, I just need my Word document over there. So letter to T-Dog, letter to T-Dog. Let's go ahead and get this up here. Good morning, good morning. Is everyone having a good morning this morning? Anything fun planned for the day? Things to look forward to? Things to be grateful for? Okay, let's go ahead and share my screen. Window share. Okay, letter to Tanner. Great. So you're going to go ahead and you can do this for yourself. This is very helpful, but you're going to essentially be writing yourself a letter, and we're going to head, and it doesn't need to be so outlined. Like I'm going to kind of do this in steps just so people have more meat and potatoes. I get asked a lot, like, what the hell do I even write about? So I'm going to throw you some layups and some topics and some talking points to kind of help with that and see if that can help. So first part that we're going to want to talk about is we are going to want to acknowledge your struggles. Acknowledging struggles can be a great part of the letter, can be a great way to get it onto there. And again, I'm just going to list out a couple of reference points and just get them on there. So we just have some idea of how we're going to do it. And then I'm going to kind of hodgepodge and smash it all together and write up something, try and write up something quickly. And again, I did not write this yet. I kind of wanted to do it on the fly just to show it doesn't take tons and tons of time to do it, and it can still be really helpful and turn out hopefully somewhat good, but we will see. Next part is self-compassion. Being some self-compassion on there. It's always good. Self-compassion. Ooh, this one's a good one. Challenge negative beliefs. That one's always good. You got to keep challenging, keeping an open mind. Express forgiveness. And you don't have to do these in order by any means. These are just like ideas for you to include your letter. Like your letter can have just one theme, like stop being so hard on yourself is kind of what I'm going to be focusing on today. My goal is to not be so hard on myself. And we're going to do that with a big part of that will be expressing forgiveness for myself. Gosh, everyone's so hard on themselves. There I go again, screwing up. And it's like, man, you screwed up 2 times. You're doing fine. Visualize end with love and gratitude. All right. Yeah, I like that one. Love and gratitude. Okay, we're going to try and incorporate these into our letter that we write ourselves. Let me make sure that I'm still on the screen and it's not totally blacked out. All right, cool. All right, so how do we want to start this? What would be a good way to start this? Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to this morning's episode. I want to take the time to say I am sorry for being so hard on myself. I know this year has been tough with growing the businesses and taking on the weight of rejection along the way. I'm sorry for focusing too much on what I don't have in my life. I'm sorry for focusing too much on what I don't have in my life. I think that, gosh, I do this all the time, and I think so many people do this and suffer terribly from it. Just focusing on the gap in our lives, the things that we want and desire far into the future, and we can't help but think about them all the time, all the time, all the time, and it makes it really hard to live in the present moment. I am sorry for not living in the present moment. What are some other struggles I have? I've been dealing with like a tightness in my neck, and I've been dealing with trying to. I got a professional massage yesterday, and it was absolutely fire. I highly recommend more people do that. But I'm sorry for being so hard on my body. I am beyond grateful. And again, we're mixing this up. We're up here, we're talking about our struggles, and then we're coming down to stuff that we're grateful for. I'm beyond grateful, capable. I'm beyond grateful to have the capable and healthy body that was given to me by my parents. Shout out to my parents. Thank you very, very much. I am beyond grateful to be alive, to exist, to have the genetics that I have. How I look and how I'm able to move and I'm able to think. It's definitely shout out to my parents. So thank you for that. I want to challenge the thought that I am not good enough to become the greatest coach ever. I want to, sorry, folks, this is not going to be grammars and writing are not my strong suits. I'm more of a talker, so bear with me. I want to challenge a thought that I am not good enough to become the greatest coach ever. I have the potential to become the greatest coach ever if I continue to work hard, if I continue to do these shows, if I continue to work with clients, if I continue to make products, I continue to make investments, continue to connect with my family and my friends, and have a balanced, healthy life. There is no reason for me to believe that I can achieve greatness. And it's so easy to just think to yourself, and I'm not saying you got to be the best ever, but all the time I'll be hard on myself, like, oh, of course you screwed up. You're not good at this. Of course you did that. You're terrible at that. Of course. And just all this negative self-talk creeps in so often. And your words have weight and they can beat you up in all the wrong ways. And just like your words can have weight in a positive manner. If you continue to tell yourself, I'm not saying you got to do those weird mantras in the mirror all the time, but it's okay to look yourself in the eyes, smile at who you are, and understand that you have the potential to do whatever the hell it is that you want in this short time that we have life. So I always like to write that out. I want to challenge the thought that I'm not good enough to become the greatest coach ever. I believe I have the skill set. I believe I have the determination. I believe in myself. Something I want to write out. I believe in myself, and I love myself. I want to forgive myself for being. I kind of said that in the first sentence. I want to take the time to say, I am sorry for being so hard on myself. I want to forgive myself for not understanding everything and making mistakes in the past. I want to forgive myself for not understanding. I want to forgive myself for not understanding everything and making mistakes in the past. So forgiveness can be one of the greatest things, or just I need to talk about letting go. It's been on top of mind. My coach sent me this poem the other day about the art of letting go. And it's one of the toughest principles to do. But if we are able to do this, to let go, surrender, and fully accept myself for who I am and what I want. I want to let go, surrender, and fully accept myself for who I am and what I want. Man, that's a powerful line right there. I think that's kind of where we're going to wrap it up. I'm about at the 20-minute mark. So you can kind of see how we can take the time and read through this and hopefully feel better, a little bit better, have a little bit more confidence, a little less stress, and understand if we take a 10,000 foot approach and we take the time to just write letters. This took 5 to 10 minutes and I already feel better about it. Let's go ahead and read through this one last time as we wrap up the show. Let's see what we got. I want to take the time to say I am sorry for being so hard on myself. I know this year has been tough with growing the businesses and taking on the weight of rejection along the way. I'm sorry for focusing too much on what I don't have in my life. I'm sorry for not living in the present moment. I'm sorry for being so hard on my body. I am beyond grateful to have the capable and healthy body that was given to me by my parents. That needs to be edited, but you get the point. I want to challenge the thought that I am not good enough to become the greatest coach ever. I want to challenge that shit. That's a bunch of lies. I got this. I'm on the path. I believe in myself and I love myself. I want to forgive myself for not understanding everything and making mistakes in the past. I just get so riled up and mad at myself when I make a mistake. It's like, duh. You've done this twice. Of course you're not good at it, right? So just forgiving that I don't have all the answers, and that's okay. And you wouldn't want all the answers anyway. No, then you would know everything all the time. You wouldn't need to learn anything. That's like the best part about life. I want to let go, surrender, and fully accept myself for who I am and what I want. Can you do that for me? Can that be the challenge today? Can we zoom in on this? There we go. I want to let go, surrender, and fully accept myself for who I am and what I want. If I can do this more often, I will be happier. If I do this more often, I will achieve my goals. If I do this more often, if I let go, surrender, and fully accept, if I do this, there's no chance that I don't succeed. There's no chance that I don't have a smile on my face more often. I don't connect on a deeper level with my wonderful, amazing girlfriend. There's no way that life isn't more full when we let go, surrender, and fully accept. Maybe this can be a challenge for you. You write yourself a letter. We look back at some of the talking points that you can reference, and that was you can acknowledge your struggles. So just some struggles that you're going through, just acknowledge them. Just let them know that they're there, that you're not alone with this. Some self-compassion, having some compassion for yourself. Challenge negative beliefs. We all have negative thoughts. It's human, just this human negative bias. It happens all the time. So if you have negative thoughts, challenge them, because I'm willing to say that it's usually a bunch of bullshit. Express forgiveness. It's okay to say sorry. It's okay to say sorry. We've made mistakes. And last but not least, one of the greatest, more powerful, like, what's some love in your life? Do you love your parents? Do you love yourself? Do you have some gratitude that you can express for yourself? You've been doing all of this hard work. And for what? To not acknowledge it, to just be harder on yourself for the next step? Have some gratitude and some grace along the way. And don't be scared to express love for yourself and the people you care about most. I hope this exercise was helpful. Feel free to take these topics. Feel free to write yourself a letter. I enjoy writing letters. I think it's really helpful. And if you want to set yourself apart, you can write letters to yourself, to people you care about, to people who you want to potentially partner with and work with. I've done that to create relationships. That's how I found my first mentor out of Chicago. Shout out to my dog, Rich. Yeah, I wrote him a letter. And he was like, wow, that was really sweet of you. And his mentorship totally changed my life. I can't even express that. So, but anyway, write letters, see what it can do for your life. That's all I have here for today. I'm going to go ahead and kick this off the screen. Sorry, I have a bunch of monitors working today. I'm kind of a little all over the place. But this was Writing Letters, episode 300. I hope this was helpful. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. In case you needed to hear it, I love you. You're a rock star. You're a badass. Go out and have an amazing day. Don't waste it, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. Cheers, friends. Enjoy the day. And if you know anyone who needs coaching, anyone who wants to take a personal development class to completely change their lives, we have the one-page life plan. And in just 6 weeks, you're going to have the roadmap that you need to get where you want to go. Guaranteed, or your money back. So please, looking for more clients, let them know. And if you like this video specifically, make sure to like, comment, and share. We're trying to get this content out into the world as much as possible. The growth really helps the company. So appreciate you. I'm going to be back here bright and early, Thursday, June 22nd. Thursday, June 22nd, 8 a.m. live Central Standard Time to help you get your morning started, get your day started, and get on top of it, get momentum going. Thanks, friends. Cheers. If you need a coach, you talk to Tanner. I'm out of here. I got a busy day today myself. I got some stuff to get done. So I'm bouncing. You guys have an incredible day. Again, I love you all, and I'll see you on tomorrow morning's episode. Cheers, friends. Peace. Oots.